is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? So, in today's video, we are going to be reacting to Bleacher Report's live grades for every NBA 2020 draft pick. This was written by Zach Buckley on November 18th, so right after the 2020 draft, and we're going to see if any of these grades hold up. Are they just like, whoa, these were some bad takes, like is LaMelo Ball going to be a D, and obviously he's playing like an A, or is Obi Toppin going to be an A, and he's probably playing like a D or an F. So yeah, we're going to get into this today. The link to this article will be in the description below. If you guys enjoy these style videos, drop a thumbs up, and since you guys hit the like goal on my top 30 players in 2026, I will be making my top 25 under 25 very soon. Also, I do apologize, in yesterday's video, in my top 30 players, I forgot to put Brandon Ingram there. So Brandon Ingram probably would have been between 20 and 30. I just completely forgot him. I don't know why. I had Zion down. I went through the Pelicans, and I'm like, who could be in this discussion? And for some reason, I didn't recognize or register Brandon Ingram. So that was dumb on my part. I apologize. So without further ado, we will get into this. I don't know if it also has, wow, it's all 60 picks. So we'll see. Number one, Anthony Edwards. He gets a B. I mean, playing like the number one pick, he definitely started off as like a C. Like, he just really was struggling, but his last 10 games have been phenomenal. So I would say he's been probably a B plus or an A minus. I mean, his efficiency hasn't been great overall this season, but like I said, his last 10 games have been really good. So I'll probably make it a B plus or an A minus at the moment. Moving on to James Wiseman. He was hurt for a little bit. I'd probably give Wiseman probably a B plus too, playing like a fine number 2 pick in this draft, because we knew that this draft wasn't going to be like the best draft ever. And they gave James Wiseman a B plus. Okay, I think that's fair. B plus, A minus. I would say maybe Anthony Edwards should be a B plus as well, but nothing too crazy. LaMelo Ball, definitely been the best player in this draft so far. Playing like an A plus, but if he has an A minus or an A, okay, so he gave it an A minus. He's been playing like an A plus, so I mean, it's at least in the ballpark, at least in the same letter grade. Next up, Patrick Williams, who's actually been pretty solid for the Bulls. Definitely playing like a top 10 rookie, and he was selected 4th overall. They gave him a B+. Honestly, that's pretty good. He needs to show, I feel like when you watch him play, he's so talented, but he just seems like he doesn't show enough emotion, right? I feel like he needs to show more emotion on the court. But, hey, if he's balling, he's balling. Look at Kawhi Leonard. Doesn't show a lot of emotion. Dude's a top 5 player in the NBA. Next up, we have Isaac Okoro, who hasn't been fantastic this year. They gave it a B. Yeah, I mean, I would probably have Okoro, I guess a B. I mean, a B minus could be harsh, but I don't know. His defense has been there. Obviously, he's not playing on a good team at all. It doesn't help. And I really wasn't a fan of taking Okoro at 5 if I were Cleveland. I thought they were going to go Denny Avdija or Obi Toppin, and boy, if they took Obi Toppin, it would have been even worse. But I think a B is fine. Onyeka Okongwu, he actually started the year pretty, or he was hurt, he didn't play a lot, and obviously he's behind Clint Capella and Danilo Gallinari and John Collins, a bunch of other bigs there, and they gave it a B minus. I think that's maybe a B. Hasn't done anything where it's like, all right, this dude is bad. I mean, Okoro maybe, his efficiency, I think he's shooting sub 30% from 3, so, and 40% from the field, so maybe a C plus. He's playing Onyeka honestly doesn't play a lot. He plays less than 20 minutes a night. He's averaging, I think, 3 points on the season. Yeah, I mean, he just hasn't really gotten a lot of playing time, so B minus might be pretty good. Killian Hayes, it really sucks. He might miss the whole year, so we don't really know. I mean, maybe there is a timetable where he could come back, but he obviously only played, the first week or 2 of the season. Did not play well in those games, but it's too small of a sample size to really make a fair assessment on what he was as a rookie. They gave it an A minus, but obviously for assessing it on those 2 weeks, D, because then he got hurt, but obviously that is way too harsh to say, so I think that's way too early to tell. Obi Toppin, he's been bad. I mean, maybe it's a trend in the NBA. Do not draft power forwards, primarily 4s, because they're too small to play the 5, that can't play defense, and not a great shooter, and also not a fantastic ball handler, because he looks lost out there, man. He's not been good on defense, not at all. He has no confidence to dribble the ball whatsoever, to even have a post up on his own. He usually kind of hangs around at the 3-point line and just kind of dishes it off to a playmaker or a ball handler. And his 3-point shooting has not been good. They gave it a B+. He's been playing a D+. Yeah, and, you could probably tell Tom Thibodeau hates that he has to play him. He's probably everything that Tom Thibodeau hates, but since he was the 8th overall pick, he's got to play him. Denny Avdija, I mean, he started off pretty well. I mean, a B minus, I think is fair. I mean, he doesn't really get a lot of shot attempts, and he's been somewhat efficient this year. Could be a lot worse. I think he's shooting 44 from the field and 34 from 3, averaging 6 or 7 points. So, yeah, I think B minus is fine. Jalen Smith, they gave this a C minus. Yeah, I don't I mean, it's obviously way too soon to say, like, wow, this was the wrong decision. But with Tyrese Halliburton going 2 picks later, and I mean, everybody here would have loved the Tyrese Halliburton, especially the freaking Knicks. Oh my god, it hates me every time seeing that. But yeah, Jalen Smith, not looking like the pick they should have made. Even like Precious Achiuwa looks like he's the better big that went. And yeah, Devin Vassell's still on the board. They could have went him. But Jalen Smith, I think a C- could even be a D+ at this point. Devin Vassell, they gave it an A-. Okay, Devin Vassell with the A-. I mean, like, he's been a good 3-point shooter. He's been a solid defender. He just doesn't really get a lot of usage. So I think an A- is still fine for what he's done for the amount of minutes he's played. Tyrese Halliburton, A+. Okay, they gave it an A, which is actually the highest grade in this article so far, and you know what? It probably should be an A+. I can't believe he fell to 12. He was my number 5 player in this draft, and obviously it wasn't like a need for Sacramento due to them already having Fox. They had Healed, they had Bogey at the time, but it was like, okay, could they use a Halliburton? And any team could use a Tyrese Halliburton. This dude shoots efficiently. He plays defense. He's good off ball. He's good on ball. He's great with the ball in his hands. He's great on off ball and offense. He's great in transition. He's a good ball handler. He has a high basketball IQ. Perfect player, and I can't believe 11 teams, obviously some of the teams, like anybody out of the top 3 passed on him. He should have gone 4 in hindsight. 13, Kyra Lewis. I mean, he hasn't really gotten a lot of playing time due to him being behind. I actually do want to see what his numbers are, because I'm not too familiar with Kyra Lewis this year compared to some of the other guys I mentioned. Yeah, like I know... Okay, so he's only playing 14 minutes a night because obviously he's behind Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe and Noah and Redick and a bunch of guards that are currently in New Orleans. And obviously he's primarily a point guard. But I mean, his efficiency hasn't been great. What's his like defensive? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of these stats sometimes because they don't really tell the whole story. But okay, so what they give him? They gave him a B+. Obviously he's probably not playing like that, but with Lonzo Ball probably gone next year, who's playing the best basketball of his career, so we'll see if that even happens. I was surprised they ended up going with Kyra Lewis. I thought they were going to go with the wing. I mean, maybe I mocked Kyra. Well, this was before the the Eric Bledsoe trade, and they got another veteran point guard. 14, Aaron Nesmith is a C+, probably playing like that. I mean, he was, I don't know, hurt or didn't really play a lot to start the year. He's been playing a little bit more as of late. So I think C+ is probably fair. I mean, this rookie class hasn't been all that good as we expected. Cole Anthony at 15. I mean, he's been hurt, but he stepped up a little bit in Markelle Fultz's absence. I think a B is fine. And I'm surprised he fell to 15. I would have rather had him probably over Kyra Lewis and Jalen Smith, and I'm surprised he fell all the way to 15, and it's looking like not a bad pick for Orlando whatsoever, because there's a lot worse picks in this draft, like we've mentioned so far with Jalen Smith and Obi Toppin. 16, we got Isaiah Stewart going to the Pistons. They gave this a D. Okay, I also gave this a really bad grade, and he's been playing better than a D. He's probably been around a B+. For what he is at 16, he's been providing the Pistons valuable minutes, and he's not been playing bad in those minutes whatsoever. He's been efficient. He's a big body inside. He's been actually getting some rebounds, and yeah, I was a little bit wrong. So initially, as a D, yeah, that's a little harsh on him. Poku, just like it's a picture of nothing. What did they give him? Poku actually had a great game the other night, but he struggled, and he was in the G League for most of the year. B+. I mean, for the value at 17, sure. But I would maybe lower that to a B, but he had a good game the other night. Shout out to Poku. Josh Green got a B. I mean, he really hasn't played all that much for the Dallas Mavericks. Before I throw a number out, I just want to make sure, I know that. Yeah, he's played 11 minutes a night. Wow, a lot of these rookies, haven't been playing a lot. You're looking at, top 18 picks. Poku, because he was in the G League, hasn't played a lot. Cole, been hurt. Aaron Nesmith wasn't playing a lot to start the year. Kyra Lewis doesn't play a lot. Devin Vassell, I guess, plays a decent amount. Jalen Smith doesn't play a lot. That's at least 5. Obi Toppin, honestly, doesn't really play that much. That's 6. Killing Hayes, 7, because he's been hurt. Onyeka Okongwu, 8, doesn't play a lot. Okoro, I mean, he does play a little bit. But that's 8 out of the top 18 picks that are really not on the floor that much or have been hurt, which is really unfortunate from this draft class. Next up, we have Saddiq Bey, who's actually been, I think, a top 15 rookie this year. And they gave him a B. He actually won NBA Player of the Week. Yeah, as a rookie. The only rookie here, I believe, that has won it. So I think a B is fine. Precious Achiuwa, they gave this a B-. I would make that a little bit higher. Obviously, he's not been, the best big in this draft. Obviously, that's been James Wiseman. But he actually, he doesn't play that much either. I thought he played closer to 20 minutes than he did to 10. But he plays 13 and a half minutes a night. Man, this draft class is not really getting a lot of playing time. Obviously, we kind of knew this, though. He was a B-. Tyrese Maxey played a little bit to start the year. Obviously, that 40-plus point game when the Sixers were dealt with all those COVID issues. But he hasn't played a lot for the Sixers either. They gave it a B+. I would give it a B. I mean, he hasn't really shown to be anything on the defensive end, and his offense hasn't been too consistent to start the year. Zeke Naji, another player, they gave it a C, who has just not played all that much this year. Like, he's averaging 10 minutes a night. I mean, I guess, like, for a rookie selected 22nd overall, you're going to expect that. They give him a C. I think that's pretty fair for what he's done. Landry Bolmaro, they gave this a B-. Obviously, we haven't seen him either because he's overseas. So, yeah. Next up, we have R.J. Hampton of the Denver Nuggets. Another player, they gave it a B, who just hasn't played, honestly, like, at all this year. He has played he's averaging 9 minutes in how many games? In 24 games. But, I mean, like, yeah, he just doesn't play a lot. It's unfortunate. I knew he was going to be a project player. And, you know what, like, for the value at 24, I thought that was fine to give a B to. Emmanuel Quickly, here's a big one. A rookie that's probably played top 5 or 6 in minutes out of all these rookies so far. They gave him a C. Okay, yeah. Honestly, for what he's been at 25, he's been playing like probably the 5th best rookie behind LaMelo, Edwards, Halliburton, Wiseman, not in order. And then it's probably Quickly is the 5th best rookie so far this year. And they gave him a C. So I wouldn't agree with that too much. Next up, we have Peyton Pritchard, who's actually been solid. They gave it a C-. I was wrong about Peyton Pritchard. I was like, I can't believe that they took him over like Malachi Flynn and Tyrell Terry in the first round. But he's been good. He's been a good three-point shooter. He plays 20 minutes a night for them. That has been a B+, A- pick for the value you get at 26. Like, same with Quickly. B+, A- pick for the value you're getting at 25. Somebody that can play starter caliber minutes. Udoka Azubuike, they gave it a D. Another player that's obviously was never going to start because he was behind Rudy Gobert. And he really hasn't played at all this year. Just like a lot of these rookies. So it's really hard to make an assessment on if he's living up to that. I mean, a D is harsh. I wasn't a fan of the pick either. But they ended up moving Tony Bradley, but I thought they had bigger needs where they could have drafted a scoring player, somebody that had more offensive ability than Udoka Azubuike at 27. So I kind of agree with the D at the time pick. Jaden McDaniels, they gave it a B-. I feel like McDaniels has been a little bit better than most people thought this year. He plays about 20 minutes a night. I mean, averaging 5.5 points, which probably puts him as like top 15, 20 as a rookie. But yeah, he's been efficient from 3, as you can see. He plays 20 minutes a night. I guess his usage must be very low. Can I look at his field goal attempts a night? Oh yeah, it's only 5 a night, so it's not like this is like crazy sample size either. Malachi Flynn, they gave it a C+. Another player that you feel like just isn't been playing that much, obviously because they have Kyle Lowry, they have Fred VanVleet. He's been playing just I feel like a little bit, but yeah, not a lot. Like obviously, he's been out with COVID as well as a lot of those players on the Raptors team, but just another player. I mean, he has not been good to start out the year whatsoever. And then Desmond Bane, they gave this an A-. I was a huge fan of this pick as well. I thought he should have got a lot higher. I thought even the Celtics could have looked at him at 14. And he has been one of the better rookies in this draft, or at least as a shooter, and that's what we expected at TCU. Like, he's averaging 10 points in 23 minutes. He's shooting 44% from downtown, 88 from the line. Like, he's been phenomenal this year, 47 from the field, and he went 30th. Like, shout out to Zach Kleiman because that's a fantastic pick. I love Tyrell Terry, like, coming into this draft, but he has barely played at all this year. It's for the Mavericks, and it was an A. Yeah, Vernon Carey, I wasn't really a fan of this pick. D+, Daniel Otoro, C-. Like, a lot of these guys haven't played too much. Teo Maladon has played a little bit, and he's probably, for a second-round pick, been like a B+, A- for somebody at pick 34 that's actually done a lot more than some of these other first-round picks. Like, he's played more than Josh Green has this year. He's been pretty solid for what kind of we've seen, and he had a really good preseason as well. Xavier Tillman actually been playing, I'm pretty sure, more than, like, some of these other bigs that were drafted before him. Like, he's played more this year than Onyeka Okongwu, which is kind of annoying to see as an NBA fan. I'm glad to see Xavier Tillman play, or Xavier Tillman, but not Onyeka Okongwu. But he's been, I think, fine, and they give it a B. You could probably give it a B+ for that 35 pick value. Tyler Bay, another guy that just hasn't really played at all this year. Nick Krejci obviously hasn't played. Saben Lee, this is probably a B+, A- pick for somebody that was taken at, what was that, 38? In the second round, or overall, 38 overall. He's been at least playing some minutes, and he's showed like some offensive potential out there on the court, and so I would give that a B+. So C- is definitely harsh. Elijah Hughes, I'm 99% sure he has not played at all this year, but like, is he even going to come up in Basketball Reference since he hasn't played? Okay, no, he will, but yeah, he's played 4.5 minutes in 6 games. Okay. A little bit more than I thought. I thought, really honest, he hasn't played at all. Oh, no, he's on Utah, not the Pelicans, though. That was dumb. I don't know why I thought the Pelicans. That was from the draft night trade. Robert Woodyard, actually a good pick. I'm actually not too familiar with Robert Woodyard this year. Has he been playing at all for the Kings? He's hurt currently with a hamstring injury. Okay. Yeah, he really hasn't played. I mean, story of the 2020 draft, am I right? Trey Jones, another player that really hasn't played all that much. Gave it a C+. Nick Richards, Yeah, see, just drafting another big that can't shoot in the second round. You already took Vernon Carey. John Mius Ramsey, a minus. How has Ramsey done this year in Sacramento? Obviously, they huge first round pick with Tyrese Halliburton, but Ramsey and Woodyard haven't done much for them this year. Marko Simonovic, not played. Jordan Norwell, really hasn't played at all this year. Honestly, he might be on their G League team at the moment, but he has played actually. Okay. He's averaging 5 points in 8 minutes, which is actually pretty good. That would put his per 36 to 22 points a night. CJ Ellaby, another guy that plays sub 10 minutes a night and really just hasn't played that much this year. Yeah, Mater has not played. Nico Mannion has played a decent amount, and they give it a B+. Okay, I think I could actually get behind that. For the Warriors, he didn't have a terrible game. I'm pretty sure against the Lakers the other night. I mean, his three-point percentage has been great. His field goal percentage has been bad. What did he end up? I'm actually curious now. What he ended up with against the Lakers the other night. Yeah, he had 10 points. He went 2 for 6 from downtown. Okay, I was just curious. But they gave him a B+. I mean, yeah, if he's providing you 10 minutes a night for your 48th pick, that's pretty good. Isaiah Joe has not played a lot as of late for the Philadelphia 76ers. Skylar Mays, he actually played a little bit in the preseason, obviously, as a second-round pick. But yeah, he's played, I feel like, more than others. I think he started the year playing a decent amount, and maybe not as much as of late on now. Okay, I swore maybe it was the preseason I'm thinking of, yeah, because he's played a lot more as of late. Wow, he had a 20-point game against the Spurs on February 12th. Shout out to Skylar Mays. Next up, we have Justin Jessup has not really played for the Warriors. Kenny Martin Jr. Hasn't played really either for the Rockets. Cassius Winston, not really played. Cassius Stanley in the dunk contest, which was pretty cool. Jay Scrub, not really played. Grant Riller, unfortunately, has not played. I was a huge fan of him coming out of Charleston. I almost said Charlotte Hornets. Reggie Perry for the Nets. I mean, a lot of these guys haven't played that much. Paul Reed was phenomenal in the G League, or in that bubble, but he's not playing a little bit, or he's been called up to the Sixers main roster. And then Jalen Harris, I know Sam Morrell hasn't played. I think Harris did he play a little bit since all the COVID issues? Wow, there's been so many Harrises all the time. Why did I just type in Harris? For the Raptors, yeah, I mean, he's barely played. A lot of these guys have barely played this year, which is quite unfortunate. The best second round pick is probably, who is it? It was somebody up here. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. The best second round pick is probably Saban Lee's up there. And then Xavier Tillman, Teo Maladon. Those three guys have probably been the best second round picks. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. It's just a shame that a lot of these guys hasn't played a lot this year because injuries, just the draft class not being all that good and stuff like that, and obviously COVID issues. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with my top 25 under 25 list. Peace.